So you're thinking about making a move to Chicago and you're curious about what the Windy City is all about? Well, you've come to the right place. Today I'm in the great neighborhood of Lakeview and I'm going to show you what it's like to live, work, and play in this neighborhood. Now, we're also going to show you 3 different homes at 3 different price points. In fact, I'm actually going to show you a bonus home, and you're going to want to stick around to the very end for my hidden gem in this neighborhood. But enough of that, let's get to looking around Lakeview. If this is your first time at the channel and you want to know more about what it's like to live in Chicago, please hit that subscribe button, ding the notifications so that you're the first to know about the changes that are happening in the Chicago housing market. And with that, I'm Andrew Coppins with Exit Strategy Realty, and I get calls, emails, texts, DMs every single day from people looking to make a move to the Windy City, and I would love to make that smooth move happen for you as well. All of the information on how that can happen and how you can contact me is in the description of this video. And with that, let's get to looking around Lakeview. That's right, we're in the Lakeview neighborhood. As you can tell, I'm outside of Wrigley Field right now, the home of the Chicago Cubs and, well, kind of the heart and soul of Lakeview. Believe it or not, Lakeview is actually an amalgamation of about like 4 or 5 little areas, if you will. Wrigleyville being one of them, the immediate area around. And we're going to take a look at all that this place has to offer if you want to live, work, and play here. There's also East Lakeview, North Halsted, Graceland West, and the Southport corridor. And I'm going to take you to at least a few of those on this video because Gallagher Way, this has actually become kind of the hub of all this community activity for people just to come in and enjoy, have a beverage, enjoy their families. There's little dog things going on. There's community events all the time here. So this whole spot has really changed as we kind of pan around here. Let's take a look over on the other side of the street. You've got a hotel here now. You've got Swift & Sons, a really famous steakhouse. They've got a tavern over here. Further down the road, you've got Smoke Daddy and Big Star, 2 of the most famous barbecue places and taco places in the city. But you've got a ton of buildup around here that just wasn't here even a decade ago. The Ricketts family has done some controversial, but overall I think interesting things. But if you love the nightlife, we should actually walk across the street here because Clark Street is where it's at in Wrigleyville. If you're in the 20-something crowd, if you love the nightlife, this is the place for you. So let's go take a walk and take a look at some of the stuff that you can see. And with that, I'm going to take you to 2 places here in Wrigleyville to give you an idea of what it's actually going to cost you to live here. I'm going to show you one of the rarest properties to come onto the market. In fact, a property that hasn't been on the market in over a century. And we're going to show you what a $500,000 gets you within a stone's throw of a Cubs game. And we're just outside of Wrigley Field right now on one of the famed streets, Sheffield Avenue. And I got a question for you. What does $6 million buy you in Chicago? I'm about to show you. Yes, that's right. This 4-flat multifamily unit, bonus ability to have some signage on there and get some bonus revenue. Lots of really cool things. Believe it or not, this place hasn't been on the market in 1 century. That's right. Not since the 1920s has this place been on the market. Absolutely incredible value. You're going to want to check this out if it's still on the market. Believe it or not, this is something, if you're an MLB enthusiast, seriously, you're across the street. You can't get better than that. So $6 million, that's what it gets you across the street from Wrigley. And so we're just north of Wrigley Field right now, still in Wrigleyville itself, but the further north you get, the less crazy it can get at times. Also, the less expensive it gets. So the cool part is that you've got tons of entertainment options north and south of Wrigley Field itself. You also have one of the most famous music venues in Chicago here as well. So if you're a music fan, I guarantee you that one of your favorite bands has probably played here. It's called the Metro. We're going to go past that. But we're going to also show you what it's like to spend $500,000 and be within a stone's throw of Wrigley Field. So what does $500,000 get you in Wrigley Field, stone's throw away from the actual stadium, Cubs games, all that stuff? Well, it gets you 2 beds, 2.5 baths, 2 parking spots in this beautiful building that is right behind me. That's right, I said 2 parking spots. That is like gold if you are here in Lakeview. Having 1 parking spot, let alone 2, absolutely amazing. You get 1,575 square feet, so not a bad square footage either. But yeah, you've got this type of a condo building. You've got your single family homes, you've got your 6 flats, your 3 flats. You've got the high-rise condos, which I might show you in a later video because there's so much to Lakeview and I can't pack it all into this. But yeah, let's go from here to all the shopping, all the entertainment, all the whining and dining that you can think of. We're gonna head over to Southport. Okay, so you don't like the bar scene, you're not into sports, but you still want to live in Wrigley and you want the hustle and bustle a little bit, but you got a family. This is your place. This is the Southport corridor. You're gonna love this place if you're into activity, family-focused activities. You've got some parks, you've got all the wonderful goodness, and most importantly, you've got homes that are priced right for single families, and if you just want to live in a condo, it's got it all here. So let's go take a look around the Southport corridor. In fact, we're gonna actually start at one of my favorite spots in the Southport corridor. We're talking about Coda di Volpe, a really great Italian style place, pizza, dishes, it's fantastic. We absolutely love it. And as you can tell by the traffic and everything else, this is a hustle and bustle type of an area, but go just 1 block off and we'll show you in a little bit. But if you go just a block off of here, you're gonna find, well, it's really quiet. It's family orientated. This is a great place to live. So let's take a walk down the Southport corridor. And we're actually coming up on another place that you should check out here in the Southport corridor. If you wanna live right on Southport, what's it gonna cost you? Well, turn around here because $700,000 will get you 2 beds, 2 baths, 2,400 square feet, a shared common deck. This is a very common look here in Lakeview. These 3 flats, the 6 flat condo buildings with shared rooftops, all that sort of stuff. So $700,000 on the actual Southport street, that's what you're going to find. Now, one of the other things that you're going to potentially hear here is we're right by the Southport Brown Line, and this is one of the greatest functions and features of Lakeview. If you want to go anywhere, you can get there really quickly. Great public transportation. You've got the Brown Line, you've got the Red Line, you've got 2 different spots to transfer between that and the Purple Line if you're going up to Evanston or further up north. You've got a lot of stuff that you're really gonna like there. Beyond that, we also have really great public transportation when it comes to the buses. Here in Lakeview, you've got express buses that'll take you right downtown super fast. You've got access to Lakeshore Drive, which we'll potentially be showing you. And of course, we also have great buses that go east, west, north, south. You've got Ashland to the west. You've got Irving Park on the far north side that goes east to west or west to east, depending on your direction. You've got a ton of great options. Halstead bus is great too. And there's just so many great options to get to and from downtown or out of the city here in Lakeview. This is such a great location if you don't have a car. If you've got a car, great, but as you can tell by now, maybe you're hearing that in the background, we're right by the Southport Brown Line. So let's take a little bit of a walk north of the Brown Line here because you're going to see some of the shopping, some of the restaurants that I really love in this area. After all, I do call this neighborhood my home. And of course, what neighborhood wouldn't be complete without a Starbucks? You got your Starbucks right off the L. Ice cream if you want it. All right, I'm actually standing right underneath the L right now, but folks, if you're in Southport, this is the spot you want to be for your shopping needs because you've got Gap, you've got Lululemon, you've got all the crazy places that you can think of right here. You don't have to go downtown to do it. You don't have to go to some of the other shopping districts. It's right here in your own backyard here in Lakeview. But we're gonna go check out one of my favorite spots in Lakeview right now, and then maybe we'll see if we go inside or not. Need to get your banking done, you can do it right here. Capone Cafe, you got J. Crew, we've got Lens Crafters, Warby Parker for all of those that wear glasses like this guy. But you literally have it all here. Anything you can think of, mom and pop shops to all of your nationally known brands right here on Southport. It's an absolutely fantastic time. And folks, I had to stop here. In fact, you have to stop here if you're on Southport. Corridor Brewery and Provisions, if I could speak. Corridor Brewery and Provisions, absolutely love this place. Great craft brew, really good food at a reasonable price as well. A great spot if you're done shopping, or if you're done with your wife shopping all day long, or your significant other, whomever, shopping, come in here and check it out. Corridor Brewery and Provisions. And we've magically transported ourselves over to the north side of Southport Avenue. This is kind of a little hidden secret about Southport. It's kind of known as Empanada Row. We're outside of El Mercado. Great little spot for empanadas, but there's about 4 or 5 different spots that you're gonna wanna check out. And that includes my favorite steakhouse, Tango, sir. Best value in the city by far for steaks. Great Argentinian steakhouse, great ambiance. Take a date here. BYOB as well. Awesome little spot here. I can't say enough good things about it. But Southport isn't just about eating, drinking. It isn't just about shopping. It's also about entertainment, because up here, we're gonna walk past, we've got the Mercury and Music Box Theaters. Some really cool stuff that they do. They do some holiday themed plays and shows here. Right now, Clue is going on at the Mercury Theater, like a live action version of Clue. So that's really fun. And then the Music Box Theater, they do quite a few different film festivals, and they also have done some really cool stuff with live action as well. And if you want to wine, dine, and see a show, you can do that all on Southport Ave. All right, so at the very beginning of this video, I told you what? I was gonna find you a hidden gem here in Lakeview, and that's where we are at. Yes, welcome to my favorite neighborhood bar in all of Lakeview. You can't beat the deals, you can't beat the feel. I'm at Side Street Saloon, George and Greenview, right in the heart of west part of Lakeview, surrounded by single family homes. In fact, we're going to show you one of those in just a second here, because you're not going to believe what you're going to find for $3.4 million. But here at Side Street Saloon, all the deals and steals you could possibly want when it comes to food. Great food, $2 tacos on Wednesday nights. One of my favorite things about this place is it's just a great place to take your girlfriend, your wife, your significant other, whomever, on a date night for a really good price. I absolutely love their pizza here. Tavern style. That is the real Chicago pizza. If you're from here, you know that. If not, get used to knowing it. It's not the thick crust, the deep dish. It is tavern style. They have one of the best tavern style pizzas. And get yourself a Guinness while you're here. They do it right. So you get a large pizza, you get a ton of really great stuff. Burger night on Saturdays is unbelievable here. Quarter-pound burgers and fries for like $7.95. It's absolutely a steal. Hidden gem right here in Lakeview. But you're in and amongst multi-million-dollar homes, so why don't we go take a look at one of them? So why don't you follow me across the street, basically just a stone's throw away from the hidden gem of all hidden gems here in Lakeview, Side Street Saloon. Check them out. But we are coming up upon a $3.4 million home right here, this beautiful brick home. Let's take a look at it. Now, it is 6 bed, 5.5 bath, 5,600 square feet, $3.4 million home. One of the unique aspects of this home, as we are walking past it, not just its brick facade, but the fact that it is a double lot. Double lots are so valuable. It's kind of like living in suburbia, but living here in the city. Unbelievable. You got the double lot, 60 feet wide, 125 feet deep. One of the most unique things about this home is actually the fact that it has not one, but 2 garages for you. That's right, a 2-stall garage with a clubhouse attached to it. So do with it what you want, and a 3-stall functioning garage as well. So absolutely amazing stuff here. You got your side lot where you can play all your sports, raise your kids, do all that stuff that you would do in the suburbs, but you can do it right here in the city. So if you've got $3.4 million, this is your place. And so that ends it. That's our tour of Lakeview today. If you want to know more about what you can find in Lakeview, that's right, you can find from $150 all the way up to $6 million as I showed you today. Find out more information by clicking the link in the description below and find out what it's like to close with Coppins today.